Hi guys, it's me, Cameron, and today what we're going to do is we're going to make the best dessert that you ever tasted. It's butternut squash, the Mediterranean style. Well, during this project my husband did help me a great deal, and he peeled and he really cleaned it out, and he's going to be cutting it all up into pieces. I actually did two batches. One batch I did in the daytime, and then towards the evening we decided we need more. So we made another batch, and we're going to go through both of them in one video because there's different parts that I recorded for one and different parts for the other. So the next thing we're going to do is cut it into pieces. And what I did with the first one was I had, we cut it up to small pieces rather than large ones. So in the second batch, for the second squash, what I did was we opted to cut them in big pieces rather than small, and to tell you the truth, it was much better because it kind of has this stiff and hard consistency, which works really well with this dessert. So yeah, now he's cutting off the bad parts, the edge of the squash, and try to clean up those little hairy parts inside. They look like hair, but they're kind of, the inside of the squash. Yeah. So it's where the seeds grow, actually. Yes, we did clean up the seeds and cook them. So if I had left the pieces like this, it would have been really cool, to tell you the truth. But then, this first one, what we did was we made them smaller. My husband's asking me here, like, what should we do? Should we cut them in half, or what should we do? But yeah, we went up kind of small. Yeah, we did cut them later as well. Yeah, like that, as he is right now. Yeah. So there's when they're so tiny, they tend to go a little soft, and it's kind of like it's very close to turning into a mash of squash, sweet. It's kind of like pumpkin, but it shouldn't be like if the pieces were, after it cooks down, if the pieces were left like that would have been fine. But it goes very soft, and it's not that good. So yeah. It was really a good quality squash, actually. They have to be a little hard, not that soft. But since they're cooking with sugar, it makes them a little harder as well. So it's good. It's really good. This batch, although small pieces, it did turn out not bad, let's say. Really. But yeah. trying to help here. Getting out the pieces so he can cut them. It's almost done actually, but I think this is the hardest part if you think about it. And believe me, once this is done, it's all very easy. And one squash could actually pretty much make a good batch. But we want it to, the more it waits in your refrigerator, it turns out to be much better. I don't know, but that's how it is. Some dishes are like that as well, when you just wait for them a bit, and they turn out to be much tastier. So this is what happens to it. So that's why we opted to make the other batch. So that could wait a bit for a couple of days in the refrigerator, and it's much more tastier. But towards the end, you're going to see that actually maybe we didn't even wait that long, right? Once it's there, you gotta finish it. Now it's all done, and there are the seeds actually. So we're gonna put that in the oven, and that as well. So you could put this in the pan directly where you're gonna cook it. I actually thought I would cook this in the oven like this, but then I changed my mind. So I should have put it into my pot and prepped it in the pot. Then I wouldn't have to change it. Like, I wouldn't have to empty this. It would have been practical, to tell you the truth. Not easier, but practical. So I used brown sugar as well as white sugar. Less white sugar, and the brown sugar is underneath there. It's much more than what you can see right now. It kind of fell between the pieces. I'm trying to, I did, just that bit, really. Maybe just a cup or so of white sugar on it, and this has to wait for a while and kind of crystallize, if you will. And what it does, it allows the water inside the pumpkins to go out, and it becomes this watery, crystallized, sugary squash. There you go. I emptied it into the pot, and it waited there for a little bit as well, and then I started cooking it. No water in it is required because it kind of just blurts its water out, and cooking with that is quite enough. Yep. So this is the other batch, which I left in the pot with the sugar and not in the container, the glass container. And it's much better. As you can see, it's like the crystallized sugars on top of it. There you go. And that's the water that it leaves behind. Look at it. It's so watery. It's like you put cups and cups of water in it, but no. It's very interesting. I did wash it just to get rid of the particles on it, and then put it in, and then just put the sugar in, just waited for a couple of hours, and it started to boil. It's really hot, so I can't open it. It's boiling. I just wanted to see if I'm saying pumpkin all the time, but the squash, if it's just too soft. But you can see that the sugar is thickening. Yeah, it's not very watery. It's kind of thickening. That's what you want. You want that type of consistency. So just a bit more. And I think I boiled it on low heat for just 45 minutes the most, I tell you. And you're gonna see that the once we're okay, yeah, the camera goes wild there. And once you see it's, I shouldn't have done it very hot. You've just got to let it go. Turn off the heat and wait for a bit. But sometimes I'm not that patient. I did wait. It's not that hot really, but you know, sometimes it. Oh, there you go. You can see that, and yeah, the stove's not that clean. You can also see that. Okay. I think what I'm doing is I'm trying to fetch something to put it in. Yeah. I should have gone fast forward, but here you go. Okay, so yeah. One by one, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to use a spoon or any type of big spoon or anything. Just try to get them one by one if you can, because they are soft. Right? There you go. See? Yeah, not so successful there, but there you go. Yep. Yeah, that piece is really nice. See, that it has to be, it kind of has to be a little hard. So the bigger the pieces are, then this is the second batch. So the bigger the pieces are, it's much better. And when you put it in your plate, it's it looks better. It's a, oh God, that broke off. That wasn't successful at all. Yeah, not bad. And at the end, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to, you know, leave out all the excess syrup, if you will, because once you put sugar in it and you boil it, it becomes a syrup of its own. So this is actually how you make baklava, for example. You just water and sugar, and then you pour it over your baklava once it's cooked in the oven. So what I'm trying to do here is trying to leave off the excess, but at the end I shall be pouring some syrup all over, because there will, you know, after it's, once it's there, it could take in some more syrup, and you just want to leave it there just in case. And it's not a bad thing. And I can't believe, like, not one bit of water did we put in there. And look at how watery that sugar turned into. It's unbelievable, really. Some pieces have, like, fallen apart, but you know what? It's how it is. This dessert is made best with butternut squash. If you use a classic pumpkin or anything else, it really doesn't taste the same. The ones that you do, you make in Turkey, actually are made from big pumpkins that are actually white outside and orange inside, and they're very hard shelled, and it works very well. This is, yep, what I'm doing is I'm just pouring a little bit of syrup for that extra oomph, and that's it. There you go. And that's the end result. Now we're going to plate it. That's the best one. Plating and eating. Look at how shiny it is. Once it's in the fridge, actually, it's kind of more dense, and it looks like a candy, and it tastes so good. You have got to, well, the thing that you have to do here is really, you've got to have walnuts on your desserts, along with something that we call kaimak. So, so that's what I'm trying to do, and with my hand in front of everything. So that's what we're gonna do. Now we're serving it. My hands are clean, no worries. Yeah, that's a soft piece, but it'll look good at the end with some walnuts and kaimak on top of it, which is made out of milk. When you boil your milk, actually, on the top there's some thick. There's a thick part on the top, and that's what kaimak is made out of. It's the fat of the milk. It doesn't have any sugar in it. That's why it's really good with very syrupy desserts like baklava or anything else, and it works really well. So now that's done. It's plated with some walnuts. You really crush your walnuts. Sometimes people put tahini on it as well. Yeah, you can find this in Toronto in any type of Mediterranean supermarket like Adonis, like ours, or Istanbul Marché, and yeah, and yeah, this is my plate, so I'm licking my finger, guys. Mind you, my plate. Yeah, I had to serve myself first. Got to check, right? And yeah, I think it's gonna, it'll turn out really well for everybody. It tastes delicious, and it's just wonderful. Don't forget to subscribe and also like my video. Hopefully you will make this dish. And if you do, send me your comments and what you think about it. Have a great one, guys. Bye.